Hello again. It's 99% certain that it's war by Christmas, or rather an extension of the never-ending war against terror, with our government supported by the so-called opposition. This time will be raining death from the skies upon Islamic State rather than Assad. So on Black Friday, the question is, how many bombing days before Christmas? But there's another war going on. The result 100% certain, and that is a war within the Parliamentary Labour Party as they head towards the inevitable overthrow of their hapless leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Corbs has indeed presented a sorry sight at Prime Minister's Question Time, fusty and bumbling as he visibly wilts under the barrage of baying, triumphant Tories. Corbs is all washed up with nowhere really to go. The Labour Party is stumbling around in total disarray, like a punch-drunk boxer after a pounding on the ropes, waiting for the bell to signal the end of the round. Corbs will be forced to give a free vote on bombing, there's no doubt about that. The result is inevitable: war and a humiliating defeat for the anti-war Corbyn. It's the beginning of the end of the great Corbyn illusion. It will be another nail in his coffin should Labour perform badly in next Thursday's Oldham by-election. They are 4-1 on to win that one. Question is, how close to the wire will UKIP run them? If, by any miracle, Corbs should survive until May, we certainly will be seeing him heading for the exit if the near-billionaire Tory toff Zach Goldsmith wins the London mayoral election, which I fully expect him to do. Tens of thousands who join Labour to support Corbyn are helpless to prevent the machinations of the Parliamentary Labour Party as they manoeuvre to remove their leader. All this despite the euphoria of the false dawn those few months ago. Where are the majority of those people who join now? If any had attempted to go to a Labour Party branch meeting, for example, all but the most resilient would have been, well, they probably would have perished from stultifying boredom, if nothing else. There is, however, an organisation for those hardy few called Momentum, trying to revitalise the ebbing Corbyn tide. But realistically, within months, it will be memento. Certainly Corbyn is unelectable, but whoever or whatever non-entity succeeds him, the Labour Party will remain unelectable. Full stop. Don't forget, we now live in a one-party electoral state. Unchanged feudalism, grafted onto multinational billionaires and modern technology here in the UK. How ironic that we still need the 150 years too late bourgeois revolution, or however you wish to describe it. Such is the stultifying political social system we are forced to endure. Labour and the unions merely shore up the system that we need to overthrow. The parasitic, shape-shifting left who supported Corbyn will be hovering like vultures to pick at the corpses of the Corbynistas. But we all know them for what they are, the left. Reactionary, authoritarian, mostly middle-class scum. In order to eject Corbyn, the Parliamentary Labour Party are so degenerate that they are more than willing to stampede into war, knowing full well that the majority of the thousands killed by bombing will be innocent civilians enduring occupation by ISIS. They are also aware that this will help speed the inevitable ISIS atrocity on the streets of the UK. But rid themselves of Corb they must, at whatever the cost. And Labour seems to be in meltdown from where I'm sitting, so why deny the inevitable? The Tories have absolutely outmanoeuvred Labour and the unions. Their regime is secure for the time being. Only internal discord can threaten their hold on power. As anarchists of the working class, revolutionary class war variety, We know that the only way out of this political and social logjam in which we exist lays in direct action and out on the streets. We may carry a new world in our hearts and are trying to create a new world in the shell of the old. But to succeed, we must crack that shell before we become fossilized within. Yes, we do recognise the drift to the right here in the UK and throughout Europe, but it's no time to batten down the hatches and become further entombed. Rather, we need to double our efforts when the opportunity presents itself, help create that opportunity and prepare for that long, long overdue revolutionary future once the rightward drift is reversed. And that reversal can only, as always, be created on the streets and through direct action by the oppressed, marginalised, disenfranchised part of the working class, or that section of it that can stand being less than nothing in this society. So that's all I've got to say at the moment. And it's goodbye from me for a few days, but goodbye from Corbs forever.